Good day and welcome. I am Kathleen, your host from the Game of Life 101. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about fraud and the fact that fraud is consent, like silence is consent, that it can be fraud, it is consent. And we have been programmed and treated and taught, just be silent, wait your turn, raise your hand, people please. That's just plain evil. So under 6.3, C as in cat, A, M like I am, JUR 2D section 247. I'm going to read this to you. When one with knowledge and the opportunity to speak remains silent, silence is equated with fraud. Where there is a duty to speak, if a party fails to deny or rebut an affidavit, it stands as truth and judgment in commerce. A presumption, unchallenged, becomes a fact in law. When a scientist sees that they're putting poison in something or that the drug that they're working on has side effects that are, deadly, and they don't report it, fraud by omission, by not speaking up, leads to fraud by commission, and it means that you are now a party to the fraud and you consented to it. You gave consent to that fraud. It's like not something you want to be. That's not honorable. And so let that sink in for a moment, will you? When a banker sees somebody doing something fraudulent, when you see a spouse cheating on another one and you don't speak up, this is dis-ease within. Our system, our body is made for truth. It seeks truth. We seek truth. So what I say in like my filings and notices, because I write a lot and I teach it, I'm just going to give you an example. I, woman, Kathleen, affirm all lawful claims, facts, and notices that I serve have been met with utter silence by agents. Not one rebuttal, nor lawful denial, just dismissal, threats, and name calling. I've actually had an attorney threaten me with sanctions and stuff in writing if I assert my rights, if I continue to assert my God-given rights. And so I can't consent to her fraud. And so there's fraud by the judge, there's fraud by the attorneys, there's fraud. It's oozing with fraud, with deceit, with corruption. So I'm calling it out. It's never, you're not really liked when you're doing that. Even with some of the people in the clerk's office, they used to be really friendly and now they avoid me and like they're snippy and stuff like that. It's because I'm just calling out the captain obvious. Sometimes you're not liked. This is about changing the system. This is about being the change. This is about being the leader. This is about being the hero that you are within. It's about you being your hero and others. And so by being silent, it's fraud. It's consent to the fraud. Like I said, fraud from omission leads to fraud by commission. Fraud is silence. And so your silence is a form of acceptance when canon should be given. Silence is acceptance. And according to the law itself, when an attorney, like in my matter, I have no idea how many filings I have. In May, I had 6 presentments. I don't do filings. I do presentments because I'm present. In May alone, and it's been going on for 2 years, I had 6. In June, I had 2 or 3. July, that's not even over 2 or 3. So lots of presentments, lots of opportunity to rebut anyone, but never has one been rebutted. So that is confession to silence. That becomes now law. So whatever I've written and presented on record, it becomes law. Under UCC 1, and that's Universal Commercial Code, 1-308, reservation of rights without prejudice. He who does not deny admits. So by her not denying, by not rebutting, it's an admittance. Equity aids the vigilant, not those who slumber on their rights. I got to be honest with you. I think that most people would have stopped by now. It takes a lot to keep going, to stand up to corruption, whether it was the notices that I did while I was working with that Riser company, rhymes with Riser. I had documented over 156 correspondences, and lots of people have copies of my stuff. I have over 156. That takes a lot of life force energy. It takes a lot of healing. It takes a lot of facing fear. In my court filings, I have endless, because it's just the corruption. They can't even help themselves but expose it. It's like a little kid having a tantrum. And so when you're bringing equity and you're coming with clean hands, the Bible talks about coming with clean hands. You want to come with clean hands. And so you're like, hey, I'm just asking, because it seems like there's fraud. It seems like you're doing this, that, and the other. I'm just asking, is it your intent? Because equity looks to the intent. Is it your intent to trespass on property by doing this? And so it takes a lot, but the more each of us does, it's going to be so Captain Obvious that it's going to start crumbling the walls. So be the change. Let it be known is another thing that I put, is any further attempt to assert jurisdiction over I. So whether it was Pfizer trying to assert jurisdiction over my body, my biological property, my biological material, that's all this is they're trying to assert jurisdiction, and they don't simply have it. If you know that you are a living soul and not a name, a product, an entity, a person, citizen, individual, pair that rents, child, student, you're not a title. If you comprehend that you are a living soul, they cannot assert jurisdiction over you, and they lose by default. So when you assert it, and they will ignore it, but their silence is consent. The fact that they don't rebut is acceptance. It becomes law. And so what you can do then is say this. What you want to do is send it several times. You want to give them the opportunity to be an honor and say, hey, I'm going to give you the opportunity to fix this. I'm going to give you the opportunity to fix this at least 3 times, although I've done numerous, way more. Then you want to start sending like a notice of default and dishonor. Send that at least 3 times, because you want to say, hey, like, I don't know if you know that this is dishonor and default. So I want to let you know, because I want to be honorable and give you the opportunity to remedy this, because you're due remedy at that point, because it becomes intentional. Willful fraud and estoppel and dishonor is what you want to call them out on. And this isn't about fighting. It's not about anger. It's about shining the light on the broken. I have been broken by going into the family court system for the 3rd time. Utterly, completely, spiritually, emotionally, physically broken. Not once, but just crumbled. And I am very, very thankful, because each time it helps me to rise up. It helps me to become better. It helps me to stop feeding the damn parasites that feed that low vibrational negativity, and to rise up. And when I do that, I can help others to do that. I can be an example and lead, and so can you. And that's what I want for you. Because that, my friend, is when we rise up to consciousness, when we get to that courage level of empowerment. That's what empowerment is. People teach empowerment all the time, and I don't think they kind of grasp what true empowerment is. I don't back down. There's something inside of me that just doesn't back down. When I see a wrong, I want to right the wrong. I want to give opportunity to shine light on it and say, yo, this is wrong. And are you aware of it? So my friends, just stay diligent, speak up, reach out. Happy to have you in my class. I'm having a webinar. I have webinars all the time, classes. I'm starting community and everything. I'd love to have you join me. Remember, life is a game. And when it is a game, you can start having fun. So roll the dice and enjoy the game. Until next time, I hope you like and subscribe. Thanks.